different speaking. As Andrew's favorite sibling besides our dog, I am so excited to finally be able to stand up here and celebrate my big brother Andrew and soon-to-be sister Jamie. We have been counting down, and waiting for this day for what seems like a lifetime, considering it's been 551 days since you guys got engaged, and 550 since I started writing this speech. But now that it's finally here, I can hopefully stop crying at random times just thinking about this wedding. My sophomore year from Wisconsin, I got a call from Dad as I was walking to class. Yes, I went to class. And he said to me, Andrew went on a date with this girl last night, and he really likes her, but do not say anything to her. And anyone here that knows me well, I am not very good at not saying anything. But for once, I kept my mouth shut. I waited it out, I didn't do anything. I only told like 15 of my closest friends because my excitement was through the roof, and it still is for the two of you. Andrew, this is my perfect opportunity to get back at you for the 24 years of Big Brother torture I have endured. In this department, it is my time to shine. I could go on for hours about the countless times I've screamed, Andrew, leave me alone, you're so annoying. And probably so could Mom and Dad. But just to give you all an idea, the last 24 years of being Andrew's little sister have been great and all, I swear, but there were definitely moments that I didn't need. Like tickling me until I can't breathe, or when you put your hand in my neck and it makes me twitch and it's terrible, or shutting off the lights in the basement while I was down there, or hitting my leg against the table while I was eating dinner. There's more.
That was just last week.
Or answering my yes or no questions as yes, no, slamming ping pong balls and tennis serves at me that are impossible to return, and of course, all of the Dutch ovens that you have created. Mom and Dad used to time how long it took for me to get home from college or a summer at camp until I was whining or complaining about something that you did for me. And honestly, as annoying as it was and still is, I wouldn't have wanted it any other way. Because despite all of that, you have somehow been nothing short of the most admirable big brother to me. You are my role model, my constant teacher, my real-time sports updater, and so much more. And most importantly, if it weren't for you, I could potentially be a Mets fan like Dad. Sorry, Shoebers. I admire everything that you do. Mostly everything. Just not when you brought home your water bottle from camp and your trunk still filled with water, or when you tried bringing a bullet that you found in Arizona home through airport security, or when you make us go over our data plan every single month. Just get your own cell phone plan. Other than that, I swear I admire everything else, and what is so difficult about this is that you leave me with the biggest shoes to fill in every area of life. And I always try my hardest just to be as successful as my big brother. For example, when you passed the bar, I was probably drinking at a bar. It's the same thing. Andrew, I've always admired your drive to succeed, your persistence to be better, your overall head on your shoulders. I admire how grounded you always are, how hard you work and still make room to have some fun, even if your definition of fun is Publix on Sundays to The Bachelor on Mondays with diet ice cream. But most importantly, I admire your constant love and care for Jamie. Jamie, you are everything I could ever want and more, not only for my brother, but for our whole entire family. It immediately felt natural having you around. You quickly adjusted to our weird family humor, and you came to be the perfect fit for all of us, and most importantly, for Andrew. You get him. You don't question when he cleans his belt. You know to leave him alone when he's cranky after a Michigan loss. You don't ask why he puts his watch back in the original case it came in, or why he seems just a little bit off if he spilled a little bit on his shirt, or why he has a stomachache after having one blue moon at dinner. You embrace all of his neurotic Andrewisms with open arms. and I know I have 24 years of dirt on my brother, but do not think you're getting away easy. A few years ago, I was home for one of my college breaks. Jamie and I were definitely close at the time, but we still had a little more bonding to do. She picked me up one day to get a manicure, and I figured this is perfect. We'll have like an hour, we'll get our nails done, it'll be great. So we get in the car, and I, the token backseat driver, suggested that we take the turnpike instead of 95. And we're on the turnpike, things are going great until we miss the exit. And you all think it's fine, we'll just get off at the next one. But here's a lesson for all of you. When you miss Indian Town Road on the turnpike, the next exit is not for 16 miles, to which you have to turn around and come back the additional 16 miles. So two things happened that day. Jamie and I had our bonding time, and Jamie will never take the turnpike again. When Andrew and I were growing up, he was always so inclusive as a big brother, which is not the case in many brother-sister relationships. I always wanted to be a part of what he was doing, and he never stopped me. Sock, Brian, Justin, I'm sure you can envision this now. Andrew would have his friends over, they'd be playing video games, they'd be shooting basketballs, whatever they were doing, and what do you know? There is Bari, 10 feet away, waiting for someone to just pass me the ball or anything to just include me. And Andrew never stopped me. It was Mom always calling me inside to come do my homework or get away from them. And 15 years later, Andrew is still just as inclusive. But instead of sitting in a corner watching you play wiffle ball, I am having the best time with you and Jamie no matter what we are doing, which probably involves eating. And yes, one day I promise I will sleep over. You guys are the ultimate duo. Your happiness together is contagious. Your dedication and your unconditional love for each other is so inspiring. You guys truly fill all the gaps in each other's lives. Andrew, as your little sister, I have always wanted nothing but the best for you. And Jamie is definitely that and more. I feel so lucky to have you both in my life, and I swear it is not just because I'm a lawyer and a pharmacist on speed dial. Though it's definitely a perk. So take this journey as you would a roller coaster, even though Andrew would never ride a roller coaster. Ride for the peaks, hold hands at any drops, and make every step of your future together an adventure. Jamie, if you're ever subjected to the torture that I've previously mentioned, you know who to call. I love you guys. Cheers.